इस वक्त है हमारे साथ बहुत खास मेहमान। हमारे साथ हैं आराधना गलगोटिया, जो कि गलगोटियाज यूनिवर्सिटी की डायरेक्टर ऑपरेशन से। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका।
थैंक यू सो मच पल्लवी।
कितना अच्छा लगता है ना जब कोई महिला किसी भी क्षेत्र का नेतृत्व कर रही होती है। यानी जब आप सामने एक वुमेन लीडर को देखते हैं जो सब सही करती हुई दिखती है, जो घर भी सही करती है, बाहर भी सही करती है और बच्चों का फ्यूचर भी सही करती है। लेकिन ये सब होता कैसे है, कितना चैलेंजिंग होता है? क्या कुछ ऐसी चीजें भी बीच बीच में आती रहती है जिनसे उनको बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल होती है उसे हैंडल करने में, फिर वो उसे हैंडल करती है? ये सब कुछ आज जानने की कोशिश करेंगे और जानेंगे आराधना जी से कि आखिरकार एक वुमेन लीडरशिप जो होती है वो कैसी होती है और इसको करने के पीछे कितना ज़्यादा स्ट्रगल होता है। आराधना, सबसे पहला जो मेरा सवाल है वो ये है कि आपने इंडिया के एजुकेशन सिस्टम को बहुत बारीकी से देखा है, आपने फॉरेन एजुकेशन सिस्टम को भी बहुत बारीकी से देखा है, दोनों चीज़ें आपने देखी हैं। जो सबसे पहला डिफरेंस आपको दिखता है वो क्या है? दूसरा सवाल इसी से जुड़ा हुआ, एक वुमेन लीडर हैं आप, एक ऐसे सेक्टर को आप लीड कर रही हैं, एजुकेशन सेक्टर को, जहां हजारों स्टूडेंट्स का भविष्य आपके कंधे पे है। कैसे मैनेज हो रहा है सब?
सो सबसे पहले मैं ये एड्रेस करना चाहूँगी दैट आई एम अ लीडर इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ माय जेंडर. Women in leadership roles, I think they're glorified, but what I would like to believe that we should be one of many. We should not be in minority. There are about only 30% women leaders in education, and I'm very grateful that I'm a part of that small pool. And I've always believed that education is a very powerful tool for anybody, whether it's men or women. It can completely transform your life. And this is out of my own experience. मेरी खुद की education, I've done my law. I've got a foreign degree in Masters from Queen Mary University, London. Then I also practiced as a lawyer for 3 to 4 years in various courts. So that helped me get my own professional expertise into my domain when I started working at the university. And most importantly, I feel it's very important for everybody to have that passion for reading. And I'll tell you why, because how that transformed my own journey. I had come across this book called Educated by Tara Westover.
Okay.
And उसमें ये था कि जो author थी उनकी खुद की कोई formal education नहीं थी. And very late in life वो school गई, उन्होंने पढ़ाई करी, and ultimately she ended up getting her PhD from University of Cambridge. She started her education only when she was in her late 30s or 40s. That really inspired me, and it impacted me to the level that I have also just finished my executive MBA from University of Cambridge, and that gave me a completely changed mindset. And for me, it was like a case study in itself, because everything that I learned there, all the exposure that I gathered, I want to now implement it in the education system here. And most importantly, there they don't train you on how to teach. They tell you that great institutions don't teach, but they transform. And apart from academics, it is very important to ensure that the students know how to think. What is critical thinking? What is open dialogue? How do you learn from people around you? That is the biggest takeaway that I got from my education there. And as a leader, it is very important to be empathetic, to have open communication, to be accessible. All of these things really go long in your journey, because only then can you strengthen your internal systems. So I think that is very important.
So do you really find any challenge in education field while you were studying in London, or after that you came back to India and settling down all those things in the favor of the student?
Yes, so one of the biggest challenges that I faced in running an educational institution, firstly, we must know that India is the second largest higher education sector. And the sad part is we have only about 10 to 11% vice chancellors in women leadership roles. So that is very unfortunate. But coming back to your question, the biggest challenge I think was to make this university technology driven.
Yes.
Something that I'm personally spearheading is how we are digitalizing all our manual processes, because people get so comfortable in the ways that they're already working कि there is a lot of resistance जब कुछ change आता है. They want to be comfortable जैसे चल रहा है. It's very difficult to motivate them, to make them enhance their already existing skills. So that is an ongoing challenge, but we are overcoming it. We have come a long way, and I think it's very fulfilling at the end of the day.
ये सब कुछ चल रहा है वाले को कैसे ठीक किया आपने कि चलो चल रहा है, एक ट्रेडिशन फॉलो, टैबू फॉलो कर रहे हैं लोग, फिर उसको इनोवेशन, एजुकेशन को इनोवेशन के साथ जोड़ना, ये सब कैसे किया आपने?
So change takes a lot of time, and you have to really strategize, and you have to ensure that you collectively take your people with you. Everything happens step by step. If you do disruption all at once, then the system will collapse. So you have to ensure that your people are comfortable. You make the changes phase-wise. You make the changes collectively with your team. I think that is very important. And it is important to have a very progressive mindset for people around you, because it is not easy to be a women leader.
Yes, exactly.
And to change that mindset, to be in the role of authority, and to ensure that people take you seriously. That also comes with time. When the trust is built, when they are seeing your own hard work, your discipline, how you yourself are upgrading your own skill sets. For me, education has been a continuous journey. As I told you, I am still studying. I've just finished my education, and I want to continue to pursue it, because self-learning is the best thing that you can do for yourself. And the ability to change is in your hands. And I feel it's never too late to acquire any new skill set.
It has been always said that if you want to change in any society, you should have a power. Do you really think that you have that much power right now that you can change society anytime, anywhere in a positive manner?
I think change comes in smaller steps. Change first happens from within. How are you enhancing your credibility? What are you doing towards your overall development? Once you begin from inside, only then can you take on a journey to make transformation outside. So you have to start small, but you have to be consistent. That is extremely important. Without consistency, nothing is possible.
जब आप कैंपस में एंटर करती हैं, तो सबसे पहला जो काम करती हैं कैंपस में एंटर करने के बाद, जो मैंने सुना है आपके बारे में, वो ये है कि आप हर एक चीज़ को बहुत बारीकी से नोट करती हैं, स्टाफ्स को देखती हैं, बच्चों को देखती हैं, पढ़ाई सही से हो रही है या नहीं, पूरे कैंपस में क्या चल रहा है, ये सब कुछ एक सिंगल टेक में कैसे मैनेज हो रहा है?
Eye for detail is very important. You have to be observant when you're in a certain position. And constant feedback, and as I told you, open communication, accessibility. It should not matter how senior or junior anyone in the organization is. They should be free to come to you at any point in time, because only through that you will be able to identify gaps. Once you identify gaps, only then you will be able to take out solutions for that. So it's again an entire holistic environment that you need to create for people that are working with you, so that you're able to help them solve problems, and that is the only way that you're going to scale up and take the organization forward.
एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट सवाल है मेरा कि पूरे कैंपस में, पूरे यूनिवर्सिटी में इनोवेशन को आपने एक जगह दी है. उस इनोवेशन को जगह देने के लिए क्या कोई ऐसा चैलेंज था जिसे आपको फेस करना पड़ा? लाइक हम जब पढ़ाई करते हैं तो हम एक वो परंपरागत तरीके से, जो ट्रेडिशनल तरीका होता है पढ़ाई करने का, हम उसमें पढ़ाई करते हैं. फिर बच्चों को इस बारे में तैयार करना कि हम आपको टेक्नोलॉजीज के थ्रू पढ़ा रहे हैं, इनोवेशन के थ्रू पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो आपको लगा कहीं भी कि ये थोड़ा सा ऐसा स्टबर्न सिचुएशन था जहां आपको बहुत ज्यादा डील करना पड़ा?
So it took time. And as I told you, any transformation takes time. Now when it comes to technology, AI, now this is a reality that we have to live in. We have to make our students ready for the future skills, because AI is not going to be replacing humans, but it is going to ensure that those that are not able to live with it, then they will have a difficult time getting employed. So we have to ensure that we are equipping the students in such a manner that they are, market ready. Right now, only 49% of students in India are employable. So there is a big gap there. That is why our focus has been on innovation. It has been on technology. And how we are doing that is, firstly, once you go to our classrooms, we have made major infrastructural changes. Now we don't have the traditional classroom of a blackboard and students sitting in a line. We have a collaborative classroom. We have now started active learning, where students are motivated to learn from peer learning, collaborate, multidisciplinary approach. Even the teachers are teaching in a manner where students' ideas are challenged, where they are ideating. And this is where industry comes in. We have an Apple iOS Center, which is an Apple iOS developer program, where students are made to ideate, innovate. Also, this has the entire Apple global curriculum in collaboration with Infosys. So they're also getting internship and Infosys. We already have 9 apps which are live on App Store currently, which have been designed by our students.
Great.
So this industry integration with technology and AI is something that we are going to keep scaling up. We also have other labs that are now getting हम उन बच्चों को वो platform दे रहे हैं जिनको अपनी skills enhance करने in different fields, not just academics. So we already have a lot of engagements and we are working actively with different government agencies with respect to skill development. And also we are doing a lot of practical training for our students. अभी हमने एक अपना FDRC center खोला है with the police commissionerate, which is called the Family Dispute Resolution Center, where we are only catering to matrimonial disputes. We are working actively with the police, and where our students are engaged, they are sitting and seeing how practical mediation कैसे होती है वहाँ पे. तो जो हमारे law students हैं उनको एकदम on ground practical experience मिल रहा है. तो similarly business school, we are ensuring कि वो corporate companies में जा रहे हैं, वहाँ पे उनको they are interacting with industry experts. So this is a part of the curriculum now. That is how they're going to get a wider exposure. Earlier, as a law student myself, before I joined law school, I used to think, okay, the only thing that a lawyer can do is go to court and argue. But when I started studying and working, I realized that as a student in my education, I didn't even know कि क्या-क्या हमारी opportunities हैं. And that is something I now instill in the first year itself, that the student should know कि it is not just going to court and arguing. There are so many other things you can do with a law degree. So all of these things now we have incorporated in our curriculum so that the child is well aware of what his opportunities are, what the scope is. It is not limited now. With one degree, there are endless possibilities.
आपसे बात करके एक चीज तो मुझे लगता है सबको पता चल गई होगी कि लॉ सिर्फ पढ़ाई नहीं है. ये आप गए और आपने डिग्री ले ली, आपको ये लग रहा है कि चलो लॉ पढ़ लिया हमने और उसके बाद जाना है कोर्ट में जिरह करनी है, जिसे हम लगातार फिल्मों में या बाकी जगह पर देखते हैं. आराधना जी का साफ कहना है कि ये पढ़ाई तो है, ये एक स्टडी तो है ही, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ आपको सोसाइटी को पूरी तरीके से समझना है. जब आप पूरे सोसाइटी को समझोगे तब शायद आपकी जो पढ़ाई होगी वो पूरी होगी. आराधना जी, एक और बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सवाल, चिल्ड्रन सेफ्टी की बात करते हैं हम और मेंटल हेल्थ की बात करते हैं. ये जो दो चीज़ें हैं ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो गई हैं आज के डेट में, क्योंकि जो बच्चे हैं वो बहुत जल्दी ड्रेन्ड आउट हो रहे हैं. ऐसी कई खबरें हम देखते पढ़ते और सुनते हैं. इसको लेकर आपने अपनी लीडरशिप में क्या कुछ यूनिवर्सिटी में करने की कोशिश की है और यूनिवर्सिटी में क्या कुछ ये हो रहा है चिल्ड्रन सेफ्टी और मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर?
जो आपने बोला बिल्कुल सही है. टुडे देयर इज ओवर एक्सपोजर आई फील फॉर चिल्ड्रन because of social media, access to internet. At a very young age, they're getting exposed to things that they should not. And for this, what we have done, mental health awareness is very important. And for our students, we have medical counselors, psychologists on board 24/7. And we have also recently gotten into collaboration with AIMS New Delhi,
Okay.
where we have launched a mental health app called Never Alone, which gives the child that right to be anonymous. They can log into that app, get in touch with the counselor who is associated in AIMS, and can get immediate redressal. So
great.
this gives them, and we have seen so many cases where immediate relief is provided to the students through this app, and it has been very beneficial. Also, we have an HCL medical center here where students have access to the best medical experts at any point. And of course, women's security, safety has been our utmost priority when it comes to students in the hostel and transport, logistics. They're all being taken care of by utmost governance by the university.
एक महिला होने के नाते आप देश की सभी महिलाओं को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगी जो आगे बढ़ना तो चाहती हैं मगर बढ़ नहीं पाती, और जो आगे बढ़ गई वो चाहती हैं बहुत कुछ करना लेकिन कर नहीं पाती, तो आप उन्हें किस तरीके से समझाना चाहेंगे?
I think you have to be resilient, persistent. You have to start small and not give up. It is very important to educate yourself to be independent. And if you're independent, then you can take your own decisions. So start with educating yourself. Education, again, I'm saying, is a very powerful tool to make your impact felt in the society. And that is something I stand by, and that is what we are doing here. We are ensuring that we are giving quality education at an affordable price, and that gives accessibility to people that are not otherwise able to get education. We have so many first generation learners that come here, and their entire life trajectory is changed because of the accessibility that we are giving to them. So I think to start small, to be persistent is extremely important. It goes a long way.
यूनिवर्सिटी में सब कुछ सही हो, सब कुछ बेहतर हो, इसके लिए आपकी प्रायोरिटीज क्या रहती हैं सबसे ज़्यादा?
Most important priority is for us is our students. What is most important is that every student should feel that they are getting top quality education as in par with foreign education. I think that is our topmost priority, and that helps us work backwards. Once we've set our benchmarks, then we make our processes in a manner that we're able to reach our goal. So that is very important. Second, of course, technology, AI, considering the world where we're living in, very important to keep upskilling the skills. Sustainability, very important now. As an educational institution, we have to instill that awareness amongst our students going in the future. And it's our responsibility to do that. And thirdly, of course, industry integration, keep upskilling that, enhancing that. And what really also helps us is international collaboration, where we get certain exposure, mentoring from the best universities in the world, and that's how we keep changing our curriculum and processes.
So what's your plan for next 10 years?
Next 10 years, as my father said, it's a journey and not a destination. I would say that I share the same vision as him, and is to keep upskilling, enhancing, and ensuring that we are doing our best for the youth of our country. And I would like to say that we want to maintain accessibility with quality education, and the vision is to keep growing and ensuring that our core values remain the same.
So my last question is, do you really face some challenges in your career during your studies like that? इसलिए मैं ये सवाल पूछ रही हूँ क्योंकि बहुत सारे जो व्यूअर्स हैं हमारे, जो ये शो देख रहे होंगे, जो ये बातचीत देख रहे होंगे, वो ज़रूर इस बात को लेकर कमेंट करेंगे कि यू आर द डॉटर ऑफ सर. सो इनको तो सब कुछ बहुत आसानी से मिल गया होगा. सो मैं चाहती हूँ आपके ज़रिए उनको पता चले कि इससे कुछ नहीं मिलता हमेशा संघर्षों से ही है. So you really face the challenge?
So I would like to say that the definition of challenges is different for different people. Everybody goes through their own set of struggles and hurdles, and so did I. But one thing I was very sure of, that first I'm going to make my own mark outside of the organization that I'm to join. And that's when I decided that I will study law, and I worked as a lawyer for 4 years. I struggled in high courts and Supreme Courts. I did, I mean, the lowest level of work to the highest.
And you struggled in other different country also.
And of course, when I was there alone in a different country, you make your own personality there. You don't have anybody to take care of anything. So it's very important because that also teaches you the importance of independence and to find your own way. One is that, and also to make your own. You might get a role, you might become a leader, but how you navigate and nurture that role is up to you. How people look
Yes.
up to you, and that respect comes naturally. You can't command respect. So that comes over time when the trust is built. And I felt that I really worked on myself and my own skills. And I think my passion is something that resonated. And I think people appreciate that.
या वी अप्रिशिएट इट. थैंक यू सो मच. बहुत अच्छा
Thank
लगा
you.
आपसे बातचीत
Thank
करके.
you so much.
और एक महिला क्या कर सकती है, कितना कर सकती है और किस तरह सब कुछ ठीक कर सकती है, उसका एक बहुत खूबसूरत एग्जाम्पल है आराधना जी. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप सभी.